The Aloha Hour with Johny and Dewey.
All right. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you so much for tuning in. Today, as usual, we have a very special guest today. I'm going to make a quick introduction. Well, he began his MMA career at a very early age, almost organically, watching his dad train, compete, and evolve with the sport. He became a Hawaii State champion wrestler first, before holding the King of the Cage Welterweight championship belt. Now he fights for one championship and holds a 10-1 professional MMA record. He is Lowen Tynanes. What's up, Lowen?
How's it, guys?
Welcome home, Lowen. Welcome home.
How's it?
Good, bro. It's good to be home, first off.
Right on.
Yeah.
Right on. Well, usually how we do it, we kind of ask you to introduce yourself about, just to the audience. Just start from the beginning. Tell us a little bit about yourself so everybody get to know you.
What you mean start from the beginning?
Right from the beginning. Born in?
Born and raised.
Favorite color, walk on the beach, what kind of plate lunch? Right? I know you got a special diet now. It's like blood type kind of diet. So,
Yeah, I actually got a gnarly diet right now.
Yeah.
But first off, from Ever Beach, Hawaii, born and raised.
Another boy from the west side.
Yeah, we consider West Side in sports, but they like to say 76 salt, so salt side. But I lived town. I lived town pretty much the whole second half of my adulthood. Ever Beach is too hot. I get too much traffic.
Moving on up.
I got out of there, like right out of high school. Actually, my senior year, my dad moved to Kailua, and he was like, "Hey, you guys like go Kailua?"
What?
Yeah.
Ever to Kailua?
So my senior
From
year,
Eva to Kailua.
Come on, that's moving up, like past the middle class. Just boom, Lani Kai.
we went from the west to
Yeah.
the east.
Yeah.
So my senior year, I actually graduated from Kailua.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So we
Campbell to Kailua.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was actually a super good decision. I made double the friends, I know double the people, and anywhere the island I go, I got people I know. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
And when did you start to wrestle? That was your first sport, right?
No, so when my dad was fighting, we were in elementary, and he was training under Marcel Tiger, which was like a phenomenal jiu-jitsu artist back then. And whatever that guy told my dad was like, "Boys, if you guys like fight, you got to do this." So when we were in elementary, my dad put us in boxing because, that's just what he was. he was like, my kid's going to at least be able to defend himself if they don't like scrap. You know what I mean? So we boxed throughout elementary, middle school. And then once I was in high school, we played every other sport, football, baseball, the norm. But then Marcelo told him, he was like, "Hey, Miles, if your son want to fight, you have to wrestle." So 10th grade.
And Marcelo already then realized that the wrestling is an integral part.
Yes. So we were kind of somewhat training jiu-jitsu. We would go with him and we would put on a gi and train in elementary somewhat. But it wasn't until 10th grade where I really was like, I'm going to wrestle. Dad was like, "You got to wrestle if you like scrap." So I went to wrestle, and we picked up on it quick, like literally. I went in 10th grade. My brother was a junior, and we did really well, and I stuck with it. And then
How many brothers you
Oh
got?
my God.
there was 4 of us, the first batch, we call them. the first batch, because I get 12 siblings now.
What?
Yeah, 12.
Yeah, Miles.
We're gonna need more time. We need a bigger memory card. Sorry, Brad.
My pops pump them out. Bro.
Oh, look at it. It looks like Sparta 300, man.
Yeah, Sparta. Yeah.
It looks like
pumps
in one
them out.
elite. Yeah.
It's wild. Yeah,
So wait, so the first batch is 4.
4 boys.
Okay.
And then there's one above me. He's the oldest. And then myself. And then I got 2 younger ones. One's actually in college right now. I think he's 21. He just turned 21.
Yeah. First one in college out of the whole clan. The
No,
first batch?
we all went to school, but he's the first one to leave.
Ah.
Yeah. So when it came to college, my dad never liked us leave. He's more, I guess, when you island raised, you get a different mindset.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there's other battles out there, such as I don't know, snakes. Gangs. And when you live from an island your whole life, you get a different mindset. You
don't go to Guam for college. Tell your brother, don't go to Guam.
That was my dad's mindset. Yeah. So when it came to school, he was like, college, he was like, fuck that. You're not going, you know what I mean? Yeah. You're going to school right here with me where I can see you. And then he also wanted me to train. So that was another big part of it. He was like, straight after high school, we went straight into MMA. And so on and forth. I mean, that's pretty much, yeah.
So with 18 years old, you went into the MMA?
I went straight MMA. I went to, it was HMC with Coach China. I don't know if you guys know China, man. He's an old school freaking legend. I don't know if he still teaches, but it was at HMC. You guys know where that is, HMC? It's it's on like by Kalihi Costco.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an old school gym. We started off there, training up a few of the boys actually. And then I got injured. That's where I first hurt my back. I had a herniated disc.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it was gnarly, bro. I got caught in a triangle by Sebastian Maraconda, I think his name is. You guys know Sebastian? He trains H&L Jiu-Jitsu, but a fighter too, another hammer. But we were training, and then I herniated my L4, L5. The doctor was like, brother, you gotta change your career. You know what I mean? He was like, you never gonna fight. He said, like the whole layout. I was like, I went through some crazy, gnarly, like mind just dysfunction. And, And I mean, I never let it go. Same thing. I still battling all kind of crazy. So my whole career has been freaking up.
But that was your first, the first injury.
My first injury, yes. And my dad actually went through the same thing. At 18, he was lifting weights. He was squatting and he was bouncing it on his back, and then he felt something pop. So same thing at the same age. He was 19 and he hurt his back. I at 18 hurt my back. So I kind of looking, holy fuck. That's why I tease him. I look, Pop, you get the Knots bloodline. Yeah, I mean, we may look like Spartans, but I get all these fucking. I said internally, I get broken back. I get autoimmune disease. I'm like, oh, thanks a lot. But yeah, so right after 18, I kind of took 1 year off, and I went back to school, and I kind of accepted not fighting. I was like, and then one day I just was like, I told my dad, I was like, Dad, I'm bored. Like, I said, I don't feel like I'm doing what I supposed to be doing. And then I think I was 19, and then
fuck, that's amazing that in 19 he realized that he's not doing what he's meant to do.
Like I don't know what was, but that's what I told him. I was like, Dad, fuck, I'm not happy. I think I like scrap. You know what I mean? I was like, I mean, I knew that's what I wanted to do. That's why since elementary, when my dad would fight, I remember I was in like 5th or 6th grade. He would fight in, I think it was Old Lounge. It was a nightclub.
Wow.
That was nuts. And I was 6th grade now. Yeah. And it was supposed to be 18 and over, but Dad knew I wanted to fight, so he was like, boy, you coming with me? Yeah. So 6th grade, I with all his Ever Beach friends. You know what I mean? Who the hell knows? Ain't no nightclub where who the heck knows what could happen. And all my uncles surrounded me in the back, like, you know what I mean? They all protecting me. And then I remember just watching my dad fight, and I was like, holy fuck, like.
Was there at least a referee in there, or?
Honestly, it was a little cage, so the thing was this big, the ring. So and he was like 300, 6'2". Yeah. He looking across, the guy right there. So I was like, fucking in the back. I was like, oh. Shit. And then when I think my dad would sleep the guy or choke, I don't know what he did, I forget, but I just remember him winning, and I was like, holy fuck, this is what I like do. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's insane.
That's when I got hooked, and then so on and so forth of all my brothers. I mean, I don't know if they knew they never liked or if they wanted to, but I knew I wanted to scrap. So Dad would, recommend me or put me in the direction that we needed to in order to succeed. But they're all
professional wrestlers, though.
Oh, yes. All my brothers.
So you're the only one that likes scrap.
Yeah. They're all 2-time state champs, and all kind of like brother Williams' family. Just, a bloodline of studs. Yeah. And it's the same for us. We just would pick them up. I don't know how. Could be genetic, or I don't know.
I mean, no one becomes state champ, start wrestling at 10th grade. I don't know anyone.
Yeah.
Never heard such a thing. That's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, kids who start wrestling at 5th to 6th grade, they're lucky get to state finals.
Yeah.
Not champion.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Especially nowadays, there's so much
isn't-
competition.
Yeah. I spent a lot of time with Rylan because Rylan was a wrestler too.
Yeah.
And even for him, he went to college. Wrestling. I mean, it's not easy to win a state championship in your weight.
Yeah, 100%.
It's incredible.
100%.
That's insane. Genetics for sure. I don't
sure it
know.
is,
Yeah, I think so.
genetics,
Yeah. You have this in you.
Yeah.
So you decided you want to take it one step ahead. You want to scrap, you want to feel blood.
Yeah. I don't feel blood. I think it's the drive, bro, the high, the victory. Like, I mean, you don't know what to expect. You don't know anything can happen. But when you get in there after putting in 6+ weeks, I mean, a lifetime of work, but 6 weeks of a full camp,
Yeah.
and then you get your hand raised or you get to finish somebody in some kind of fashion.
Yeah.
The feeling is, it's uncomparable.
Yeah.
It's like getting drained.
Yeah.
It's like an 8-foot barrel and you come out. Like, what? But this one's longer. It's a little bit longer. High.
No one knows this. But I found out he's a goofy footer. The guy's shredded.
Yeah.
So I went down the rabbit hole. I saw a bunch of photos of you down in
He actually
India.
was teaching surfing at Kai Salas surf school.
Get out!
Yeah.
100%, yeah. 100%.
Unbelievable.
He's actually a hustler. He also used to bust tables at Cheesecake Factory.
Oh.
No, he is.
Okay.
He's the real deal.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
let's go on. Let's
Yeah,
go on.
let's keep going. I'm sorry.
No, what's crazy is all that opportunity, including meeting you, was from the same person, Slim.
Yeah,
James.
Wow.
So James, I'm going off topic, but James is one of my dad's good friends, and James used to babysit us when we were in elementary, and he would come over and watch us. I feel bad for him. But James used to watch us, and I grew up, and now I look at him like my friend or my brother, and I call him Slim, but Slim got me introduced with this guy. Slim got me introduced to Surfer J, my jiu-jitsu coach.
Right.
Slim got me hooked up with Kai Salas. Slim got me the job at Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
Slim got me linked up with.
Shout out to James Kiyohara. We love you, brother. You are the real deal.
Slim, I need you in my life. Please adopt me. I need you in my
That's
life.
why I like James is like a manager or of me. I don't know,
Yeah.
a blessing in my life
Yeah.
from what I've experienced with him, and he's.
So that's how I met Lowen. Back to the
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
So, back then I had Hawaiian Aroma Cafe. I have an employee. He's
Yeah.
from Eva Beach. He
Yeah.
tells me as a cousin he's a fighter. I'm like, James, you know how many people tell me that sponsor my cousin, they're a fighter? Half of this island wants to scrap, Show me a DVD. Make me a demo. I'll look at the guy. I get this demo. Like 2 weeks later, I get this fucking demo.
Yeah.
He murdering people. It was in 2013. He's murdering people. He's with blood and choking people out. I'm like, I'm gonna sponsor this motherfucker, but I want to talk to his dad. I want to be serious. I want to see who is this guy. We meet Ilikai.
Yeah.
Suddenly he comes with Miles. I'm like, Miles, what the fuck you do here? He's like, that's my son. I'm like, what? Lowen, Tynanes is your son? He's like, yeah. I'm like, fuck. Okay, I'm down.
Yeah, of course.
And then my Muay Thai trainer back in the day, shout out to Jared. His uncle is John Heckelman. And then we sent him the demo of Lowen to John Heckelman.
Yeah.
It was in 2013. He was training back then John Jones before Glover Teixeira.
Right.
And he said, guys, I'm busy. I cannot, I'm training John Jones, but I love what I see. We sent him the demo. I love what I see. I want to work with a guy. Give me the 2 months. We'll finish the fight and tell him to come up to Seattle.
Right.
And that never happened because you fell in love?
I don't know what happened.
When did you meet your wife?
Oh, is that what happened? Honestly, I don't even know when we met. I don't know. I was young.
You know me, I'm a
21?
hustler. I set everything in motion.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
hustle
yeah.
everybody. I call this guy, call in a favor. Oh, that guy, look, I got it this, I got it
No.
that. And he's like, oh, he fell in love. I'm like, fell in love?
No, that's another thing though. It could have had an influence with my dad as well, because like I said, same with college. My dad just never let me leave.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I mean, he get 12 kids. He like them all here.
Yeah.
I love him already. I love him already.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real homebody.
Yeah.
It's funny, his dad is like huge and strong and everything, but he's like a teddy bear. He's like a loving teddy bear.
Isn't
weird.
it all the same? Like everyone we met, right? Like they sit in this chair, they're like certified murderer. And look at their smile, like the most.
Because maybe when you
just-
don't have to prove yourself and you don't have that ego,
Yeah.
and you put the ego aside, you can just be you and just be
Yeah.
loving.
I guess you got nothing to prove, right?
Yeah,
Lowen?
definitely,
Yeah,
yeah.
then
A lot of people ask that about like street fights. I mean, some fighters are different. Some guys like to scrap.
yeah.
But for me, they ask, what would you do in a street fight? I would run. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, because you'd be in jail. You would kill them.
Nah, not just that. It's just no business. It's going back to what you guys were saying about proving something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah.
what's the point? Like,
Yeah.
scrap on the street for what?
Yeah.
There's no point.
Yeah, 100%. It's just
Yeah.
gonna get you in trouble,
Yeah.
and there's no
Exactly.
paycheck in the end.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah,
getting
fuck
paid.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And either way, you look like an asshole because you're
Yeah.
professional MMA, right? Beating
Yeah.
up on somebody else.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one who's a white belt and blue belt. They think they want to go kick everybody ass, right?
Yeah.
The lethal one, they're like, you're right. Like
Yeah.
Marcelo Garcia, he was just like, he's like Buddha.
Yeah,
Who's gonna
100%.
mess with him?
100%.
Yeah, it's very inspirational for me.
Yeah. those
Well,
facts.
back in the day when we met, one of the stories that kind of James shared with me, and I wanted to kind of bring up because I wanted you to warn all the other fighters that are up and coming. I know they made you allegedly sign a contract for King of the Cage for 3 years, but it wasn't supposed. Can you talk about it? Are you allowed to talk about
we
it?
can. I mean, it's a simple, short story. It's and then the moral of it is just watch who you trust. That's
Yeah.
all it is. Yeah. And that's another part of the.
Your manager back then was from Hawaii?
Yeah, it was actually a coach. I don't like say any names or anything, but yeah, I had a close coach that, I just trusted with everything, and then my dad wanted to be more involved, but then this my coach went around my dad, which is, I mean, for me, he's my role model. You know what I mean? My brother, my father, and everything else. I put my life with him, and instead of going through my dad, kind of like how you mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
I want to talk with his dad, and
Yeah.
this guy went around my dad and did the deal, and it and it forged my name.
Yeah.
Therefore, and then I only realized when I saw my paycheck after a fight, because I went from one getting paid, double digits, to going back to King of the Cage, and I made like $600. I was
What?
Like, yeah, that's why I was like, wait, what? I was like, how the? I was thinking, okay, I can scrap these guys. I getting that. I said,
Yeah.
I'm down for scrap everybody. I'm doing full camp, and I like get my work.
Yeah.
But I went from double digits to $600. I was like, fuck this.
yeah.
I'm gonna scrap for $600. And that's, you know what I mean? And you're getting taxed the percentage.
Oh my God.
That's when I realized, I was like, well, who the fuck set this up?
Yeah.
And then I looked through the vine and I was like, this ain't my signature. That's how I seen.
Yeah.
And that's when I told my dad. I was like, Dad,
Do you think it happens to a lot of fighters? Because I'm sure it does.
I'm sure it does. I mean, when you put your trust into someone that may not have the best interest for you, definitely. If someone that is trying to grow as well, the moral really is just watch who you trust, and if you do trust them, you go all in, but find someone solid like your father. But everybody's father might not be the best, so I
Right,
mean,
right.
if that doesn't work, then a coach, kind of like Rylan. You know what I mean? Guys, more than just a coach, mentor.
Yeah.
She's one of the best, bro.
Yeah.
But find you a coach like Rylan.
True.
Yeah.
I like that. So when you started to fight, you came first to King of the Cage. You had a couple of fights over there. You got the belt, and then I saw you were fighting at FC.
With one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I started off with one. I'm not too sure which one won, but they had some kind of agreement where I could go throughout both promotions.
Okay.
But I wasn't. That's why I was saying I put everything in my coach, and he dealt with how would you say it? Maybe the owners or the
Yeah.
promoters, you know,
Yeah.
and they did their thing. I just went and trained. So we just did our thing, and then we're kind of growing and learning. We all were,
Yeah.
and you know, just
Because in
just-
your fight record, you have like FC 7,
Yes.
then suddenly back KOTH,
yes,
then
yes.
back FC
so
9,
I guess they had a deal to where I
where
could
you
go,
can fight both
Yes,
promotions.
Yes.
Fuck.
Yeah. So I mean, I was cool with that, but then like I was
Yeah.
saying,
if the money is right, then you're
Yes,
cool with that. Of
yes,
course, you're cool
yeah.
with fighting in two promotions.
at least give me $1,000, you know.
At least.
That's why. That was just the hard part, and I was cutting weight. I was like, fuck, I'm cutting 30 pounds for fight, and I'm doing this every a couple months. I'm doing 6-week camps, and I said I'm taking home 600. I'm paying to fight basically.
Yeah.
So
And I remember back in the day when we were talking, I know that when you were losing weight for a fight, you didn't do the IV to get back. You used to pound
Yeah.
peanut butter and shit.
yeah, we were
Like when I heard that story, I'm like, fuck, I need to sponsor this guy. This is an animal.
I know. He's fighting at 155. What are you walking around right now?
Oh, now I'm lighter. I'm like 175, but before it was 185.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
30 pounds.
Yeah, and that's where I kind of learned. Like I was like, I switched and I did all kind of different diets, went vegan, vegetarian.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
white meat. I tried it all, and then
What works for you?
Well,
I'd keep you at 175 right now.
Now what I did was I paid for a blood test. I did like a food allergic test, and was like $800. And what they do is they measure different foods with your blood and see what you're allergic to or reactive towards. And the reason why was because of the inflammation in my body. My autoimmune disease was my joints is attacking itself. So I would flare up in my chest, my toes, I mean, some part of my hips, and then it was all caused through nutrition.
nutrition.
Yeah. So whatever you eat. So now after I did my tests, I tried every diet, bro. Everything you can think of, like paleo, freaking autoimmune, paleo, keto, bro. Everything. I did these 3 months, and one I felt better, one I felt worse, and then I did the blood test, and then it took the whole COVID, bro. Like a whole year, they didn't get back to me. I was like, dog, I paid $800. You know what fucking test? They finally got back to me in November, and last year November, and then I looked at the test. It said they gave me 13 foods that I can't have. It was like almonds, freaking tomatoes, eggs, pepper, white and black, yeast, flour, cabbage, bro, weird stuff. And I was like, I was mad. I was like, you fucking kidding me? I paid you guys for this. Like, you giving me this? And then, I'm not even lying, I was so pissed off. I tried the diet. No, but I tried the diet. In 2 days, my whole body went numb. No symptoms. Everything went, like, gone. All the pain. And I was like, holy fuck.
Wow.
And immediately...
No way, for real.
Gone. Just like that. I mean, there's still some here and there, and there's still random flare-ups if I eat a certain food.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't tell my opponents this. But if I stay on track, all my symptoms, bro, drop. And then within 1 week, I was back to sparring, doing heavy contact. And I was like, I was kind of in guinea pig phase on. I was like, oh, my body feel good. Not even 1 week, I would text my manager. I said, book me a fight. I said, my body's good. Like, I was...
Wow.
At that point, I accepted not fighting.
What?
That's how gnarly the pain was.
Wow.
I was like, rolling in bed, I would be like, fucking, I felt like a 60-year-old arthritis grandpa.
And this is only from the gut. This is from
all
the,
from the gut, bro. Gnarly. All from the gut. You gotta heal the gut.
That's why I see you every time you eat at Leahi Health.
That's why I go there every day. A smoothie and a salad every day.
Every day.
Every day, and they kind of manipulate like my salad. They kind of create. I can't have rice, almonds. I can't have sesame seeds.
No rice?
No rice at all. I'm on the
Local boy from ever, no rice.
I'm on the Howley diet.
Yeah, is that the hardest thing? Is that the hardest? What? No, for real. No rice? Quinoa? Can you do quinoa? Quinoa?
No, quinoa no can.
No grain.
No grain.
What?
No bread
Straight
either.
potatoes.
Potatoes. Look at the way he says potatoes.
Bro. I mean, mashed potato, French fries, make them look like ice cream. Like. So everywhere we go, I look, hey, who get what? Like, you guys order your thing. I'm getting fries. but the thing is, now I light. I'm like on weight.
Wow.
I'm walking around $170s, like, and I'm mopping too. I'm grinding, so I'm eating basically vegan potatoes.
So now no meat.
No, I eating meat. I
So
pawn
it's not-
steak. Yeah.
Okay, so you do eat steak.
Yes.
So-
I had to. I couldn't.
Yeah.
I could only eat potatoes. You know, for my carbs and all of that, and then even proteins. I can't have like. There's a couple other things that I can't have. So I was like, and I was doing things, but I'm not getting enough nutrients.
Yeah.
Like there would be some days I do a 3 a day, and I'm not hungry, but I'm fucking just dead when I get home. I'm like.
Yeah, you
Holy
need energy.
Yeah, and then I can't take any protein.
What?
No protein has the ingredients that I can have. So plant-based proteins, whey proteins, create like all of them have something.
Even the plant-based protein.
Yeah, because in plant-based they use a lot of rice, or I think it's a lot of rice protein.
Yeah.
A lot of them use. It's like the main base, and then if it's not rice, it's something else in there that I can't have. It's just crazy.
Fuck, that's such a.
You know, you mentioned full contact sparring and working out. Giving Max last fight, and I thought Max looks incredible, right?
Bro.
Like, I think he's in love.
Bro.
Guarantees Max in love. He
he's in love.
is. He's in love.
He's in love.
And like, has that changed your perception about? Are you the one of that fighter that needs the?
No, honestly,
Yeah.
ever since I got the disease, I've sparred less, because when I do spar, the after effect is gnarly. Like
So wait, maybe you tell the audience what exactly the disease, and then when did it start, and are you healed now?
well, so I have an autoimmune disease. An autoimmune is anything along the lines of rash. What's that skin disease people get? Where there's
Psoriasis.
not psoriasis is autoimmune as
Yeah.
all, but it could be discoloration in your color, like Kane, spots, and then eczema. Eczema is an autoimmune. Just things that happen to you that basically you cannot control.
Right.
And mine one it's called spondyloarthritis, and basically what it is my joints is it's attacking itself. Basically, my immune system is compromised, and it looks at something and it thinks that it's an invader, and they go and freaking try to heal it, but it just creates gnarly inflammation, and it gets super, super heavy. It attacks your chest, your shoulders, knees, hips, back, toes. It gets super, super gnarly, and like level 10 pain.
That's incredible.
Yeah, bro, it's nuts. Like I said, for almost 2 years, I was just like suffering, bro. Like that's why I said I accepted not fighting. I was like,
But you did train though.
I trained because it was recommended from the doctor. They said you gotta go and you gotta stay loose. But with the disease, especially autoimmune, there's not as much research. Therefore, the doctors don't have really any answers. And what they'll do is they'll give you a thing, and they'll be like, "Here, take these and go do your own research. You gotta figure out what you gotta do." And they just give you some poison pills. Yeah, gnarly. And one of the pills he was telling me was like chemo pills. He was like, I recommend you take this one. And I was like, what the fuck you mean chemo? Like, he said you have side effects of chemo, where you could go bald. I don't know if it was rashes. I was like, what? This is supposed to help me. I was like, this is what you telling? Like, this is the best answer you guys get. I was like, holy moly. So I went around. I never take his pills, and I kind of lost respect for my doctor.
Yeah.
I was mad. Yeah, I was mad.
But the diet changed you. It
Well,
fixed all that, yeah
well,
or no?
Yes, this was after a year or two of doing my own research
Right.
and listening to podcasts and other people with the similar diseases.
Right.
And everybody's body is different. And then I finally posted on my social media, and that's when I got a lot of reach. Like, so many people from all over the world are like, oh my God, I have something called Safasala Rallis, or you know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
random
Yeah.
weird name, made up stuff. And people would reach out and let me know their symptoms. And by connecting made me feel better. Like, holy moly, you know what I'm feeling? Because
Yeah.
no one else knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Like my wife, my dad, they're like, come on.
Yeah.
Dog, this ain't no fucking joke. This
Yeah,
shit
yeah.
is sore. And
Yeah, people don't even understand the pain, so they're
Yeah.
like, "Come on, were you fucking?"
exactly.
Well,
It's-
from the outside, you look
Yeah,
like
you look like a gladiator,
Yeah, yeah,
and then
you
he's
look-
like, "Oh,
Yeah.
my chest is puffy."
Bro, I couldn't even. There were some points where I couldn't lift my arm.
Wow.
Yeah, I would be doing little recovery stuff with my boy Nelson. He does like fascial stretching and cupping, and there was days he would fucking just dig my neck, and I couldn't even like. I was like, bro, this fucking is gnarly, and then it attacked both sides, and then I had like a sausage toe where you couldn't fucking
Press off of it?
You cannot press. And it's just his body, and guys are like, "Oh, just ice him," or you know what I mean,
Yeah.
or just take. Look, dog, it's not. It's not where you. It's not trauma. It's
Yeah.
my immune system is attacking.
Yeah.
So how do you stop that? How do you stop your fucking immune system from
And there's
attacking your joint?
there's no straight up solution for that. There's no straight
There's
up
no-
treatment.
And then on top of that, this is the disease for life.
Wow.
It's like freaking AIDS. Once you get it, it's also genetic. They do a blood test for it. It's called like 157. I don't even know what it's called. It's like, but they go, if you have this in your blood, chances are you have this autoimmune. So, and then I did the test, and you have the thing. I was like, yep. And then my rheumatologist was like, yep, this is what you have, this and that and this. I was like, okay, so what do I do? And the same thing. Pop, here's the pills. Go do your own research.
How did you feel at that moment where you know that you're basically your dream, the one that you, because you had that moment when you were 6 years old, when you saw your dad fighting, you have everything leading up to that moment, and then they give you those news.
Well, for me, I've been through so many obstacles when it comes to this career, and then mentally, I know I'll be able to continue. Like, I don't know why, but at one point I accepted not being able to compete at this moment. I don't know what it was or how, but I was like, I'll, you know what I mean? I'll just still be in the circle, you know, go to the gym, be with the boys, but I'm fine with not fighting. I'm cool with just waking up with no pain, but I think just not giving up, like, and I just keep the mind right, stay positive, find happiness in other things. Like I was saying earlier, going back to school, make coconut hats, take people surfing or go surfing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, just find happiness in other things, and then, you know, maybe somewhere along the line you'll end up back where you need to be, and I'm back where I need to be.
So this is what you want to do.
Yes, I mean, fuck, like I said, and just even this last fight I had, it was my first loss in.
Yeah, let's talk about that, because that was after 10 years of straight up winning,
I mean,
killing people.
Yeah, it was gnarly. It was
It was a split decision.
it was a split decision loss.
Don't leave it to the. I watched the fight,
No.
and I don't know. I thought you controlled first and second round.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's like Max thing. You know?
Yeah.
It's like you got robbed. You left it to the judges.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah,
you
it
know?
is.
And then
Yeah.
for me, I know that it was just a little, not even a lesson. It was just a little bump
Yeah.
for myself. You know what I mean? I haven't lost.
Hallelujah.
Yeah, I haven't lost in
Hallelujah.
forever. And I got that feeling of losing. I don't want to lose again.
So
Fuck losing.
feeling the loss made you think, I don't want to feel that again?
Nah, not necessarily, because I took it well, because why? I didn't really get beat. You know, I mean, I may have lost via record or via someone saying, but I don't even think I got hit.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, now if I was the opponent of Max's,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
that's losing,
Yeah.
you know. Or,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't feel like I lost. I'll take the loss, you know, via record, but I'm gonna come back and I ain't fucking losing anymore. That's just it. You know, I put in work. I know what I gotta do. I know what my body is capable of still.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot of that was like guinea pig phase, like back in, am I the same person? Can I do the same things? And the answer is no. I'm not the same person. I'm different. I'm evolving. I'm getting better. And yeah, all we're doing is going up from here. That's
Yeah.
all it is. So just keep climbing.
I think what you said is so on point, because if you stop and take a look at Mac's last 3 fights, right, and look how much he's gotten better because that loss. And before that, he was he'd had a running record for almost 10, right, with no loss, right? And what I love, what I hear, what you said just now, and I think is really important. Find happiness somewhere else when somebody put a block in your current whatever passion that is. And so many people, and a lot of athletes are like this too, when they hit a red road, the whole identity is this.
Yeah.
When that is gone, they're lost. They no longer, they don't know who they are, they don't know what they are. But I think for you to share that with all the audience is so wonderful, beautiful said. Because you're right, we're multi-dimensional humans. And we can't just rely on one thing and make us happy.
And we can choose happiness.
Yes,
Definitely.
and that's what you're saying
Yeah.
right now. It is so powerful, man. I fucking love this. Yeah.
So, you still want to fight, one championship, get the belt.
Yes, that's the ultimate goal. It's to compete and come out victorious. I still got, I think, 5 fights with these guys. I just turned 30. They say that's your prime. We'll find out.
So you still have 5 fights.
I still got 5 fights under 1. Yeah.
So that could stretch for 2 years. That could stretch for 3 years.
I think I only got another year half with them.
Okay.
Yeah. So it goes under 2 years or 5 fights or 6 fights. It was a 6-fight deal. I think. Or maybe I only have 4 left. Now that I think about it.
Would
Hell
you
yeah.
like to stay with one? Would you like to explore
Honestly, they're
other
great.
options?
They're a great company, and
Yeah.
I before. Not this fight, the one before that, I re-signed with them. Yeah, so we redid our contract, and I re-signed with them. Reason being, they picked up Alvarez, they picked up the little Mighty Mouse. They're making big moves.
Yeah.
They're making huge moves, and I was like, heck, I've been waiting for this. Why would I, run away from a company that
It's only growing.
they're
better.
growing and making moves, and then they're all also taking care of me. Like
Yeah.
I was
They
like,
do take care of their
Yeah,
athletes
and
so much more.
I was
yeah.
stoked, and I mean, if everything.
Does it bother you though that the fame is not the same fame?
No, because I just want to compete.
Yeah.
I just want to compete, and whatever federation I'm with, I want to be the best, and then. And that's a whole different goal. If you conquer wherever it is that you're at, if this castle is conquered, then we'll go to another castle, and we'll take over another one. Yeah, like some old school. So. But I'm focused on this castle. We'll take over this town
It's like the
first.
great kings of Hawaii.
Yeah, We're gonna hop islands.
Yeah. We power Maui, we
Yeah.
move to the next one.
Yeah.
Because I remember back in the day, everybody was talking about you and about the UFC, and I know BJ Penn. Everybody said, "Hey, BJ, you got to promote this guy. He's the next big thing."
Well, I mean, growing up, UFC was all we knew, right? So
You're right.
it was like making it to the NFL was making it to the UFC.
Yeah,
Same
yeah,
with the
yeah.
NBA.
Right.
But now there's other federations.
Right.
There's Bellator, there's one. I mean, that's pretty much the biggest. And
I mean,
then
check this out. I mean, Ray Cooper fucking made $1 million.
PFL, you know what I mean? That's
Fucking
why.
$1 million.
That's why. There's so many other federations where you can get your worth by getting paid, and recognition ain't everything. You know what I mean? The money,
Yeah, I
the
think
fame.
you're 100% correct.
Yeah,
By the end of the
it's-
day, this life you have is like maybe 5 to 10 years.
Yeah,
But then
small
you have
window.
family, you have everything else, and I don't like the fact that federation don't care athlete, because those guys put their life on the line. You
Yeah.
know? And by
Literally.
literally life on the line. And for us as the viewers, it's phenomenal entertainment, but there's a cost involved. But without these athletes willing to do what they do, and they should be taken care of, man.
Yeah, I know, 100%.
Yeah.
You do two workouts a day, sometimes 3.
Yeah, most times it's 2. I'll bang out 3 if it's like a third one is a smaller one, like a drill session.
Yeah.
But it's pretty much 2 a day.
Yeah.
So, and your jiu-jitsu you do at Island Jiu-Jitsu,
Mm-hmm.
where you got your black belt lately.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Got the
Congrats,
black belt,
Professor!
Professor Lowen Tynanes. Oh my god. Oh my god. Are you doing privates? Can we buy privates? Can we buy privates?
Yeah, get in line.
Shit.
Get in line.
Get in line.
Yeah. I would love to know, what's your typical day? Like today's one. Let's say Monday. Your typical day.
Oh,
What's
get
that look
up,
like for you?
Get up, have some breakfast.
What time you get up?
Depending if I train, so 3 days a week we'll train later. So I'll get up at like 8:30, and then if I don't train late, I'll get up like 7:30, give or take, and then have some breakfast, go to the gym. After the gym, go probably surf. Like today we went golf instead of surfing. And then depending, I'll either stay out west and then train again like mid-afternoon. We'll have like maybe like a wrestling practice or like a drill kickboxing practice into sparring, or wrestling into drill kickboxing. I consider that, I guess, one practice. It's like 2-hour session. And then go home, have some dinner. It's most times it's just 2 days. Bang out one in the morning, bang out one in the evening. Yeah.
And what time's nighttime? What time do you need 8 hours to sleep to restore your body?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
guarantee.
So sleep
And then
is super important.
some days where we're training later that evening or that night, I'll have a midday nap. I'll go to Aloha, have some lunch, go home, sleep for like 2 hours, and then get up and straight back to the gym. It's non-stop.
Yeah.
Non-stop.
Yeah, it's non-stop. It's grind, sleep.
So
grind.
jiu-jitsu, it's at Island Jiu-Jitsu, but all the rest?
Yeah, so we train at IJJ. I'll go Tuesday, Thursday nights, and then we have Hawaii Elite, which is basically all our foundation of MMA. I've started training
With Charles, huh?
Yeah, with Charles. Yeah, Charles and the Hawaii Elite boys. I started training at needle boxing with Neats and Dale. Been doing some like kickboxing, striking, and then I'll do strength and conditioning also at Hawaii Elite with this guy Don. We got a new specialist. The guy's a genius. Yeah, so we're working with him at
I
Hawaii
love
Elite.
to hear about those geniuses. It's so
yeah.
exciting
Yeah.
how they can bring your body to
Yeah.
to get the
And
best
then
out
also
of it.
just things you don't know, like recovery and
Yeah.
you know, and then how they do the scientific, like the heart rate and how you gotta.
Yeah.
Bro, there's so many different terms. We're like, what?
Yeah.
We just go out and scrap. You know, we train hard, and then you train hard, and we don't know, and then these guys come with the science, and you're like,
Yeah.
oh, that makes sense. Like, holy moly, okay,
Actually, I realize that recovery is one of the most important things.
bro.
And also, I feel like if you don't train, like, I don't know, you've been on vacation for a week, you didn't train jiu-jitsu, and you come back to the gym, somehow you're better. You know?
It's the recovery.
It's like things sink in, you feel better, you don't have any pain, your body is
no
loose.
pain, yeah, it's that. I mean, the recovery is a huge part, and it's the same thing with this guy Don. He talks about the nervous system, and then how it's so important for this, so important for that, and even on the recovery basis, like he's implementing sauna sessions, ice bath sessions, recovery workouts.
I
So many.
tried the ice bath, I couldn't go in. I'm a fucking pussy.
Yeah, me too.
No, I'm not pussy. That's normal.
But it was fucking cold.
It's cold. No, I hate it. And
But
then,
wait, let me ask you a question. You put the two legs, all good. You go in the knees, all good. But once the sack, the balls start to touch the water, how can you let it?
No wonder I can stay there. I don't have a sock.
No, you know what I mean? Like you're all good, you're playing rough, you're playing cool, you know, and then you go lower, and then fuck that. I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? Shit.
wait, when you did your session, did you go in a sauna first?
No.
So you gotta be sweating and hot. Like what I'll do is I'll sit in a sauna until I'm thinking fucking water. Like,
Yeah.
dry mouth, and you're just heaving like holy fuck.
Yeah.
Then straight into the ice.
Boom.
And
Got
your
it.
body will go into shock, and you're just like,
That's the real recovery.
That's how you gotta do it.
Yeah.
Hot and cold, hot and cold.
Yeah, because if you go in cold and you look, I'm fucking cold. You know what I mean? That's also that's part of the nervous system too, right? It's like, holy fuck, you gotta trick that fucker. You gotta trick him.
You gotta trick her.
You gotta trick him because you know that shit is miserable. Your mind is like, why are you doing that for? It's just dumb.
But it does help though, huh?
Fuck a hell.
Yeah.
The whole body. You can do a 2-minute session in the ice. It could be mental, it could be physical, I don't know. But the next day, you just like, oh,
Yeah. No, you feel better, 100%.
Yeah, you're feeling
But you know when you
good.
feel it too, when you do a hike and then you go into the waterfall,
Yes.
then you feel the same. Like you have the body is in the first second is in a shock, you
Yeah.
feel it, and you're like, oh my god.
That's the natural ice bath.
yeah.
Or nowadays, you go surf in the winter without a wetsuit and just Water's like 75. You're like, holy shit.
Where do you usually surf? Over here, Waikiki?
No winter time. We'll go west. I'll go Keaus, Fairstead, or any sandbar. I'm all about the sandbar.
I love sandbars.
Yeah, it's so beautiful. And just like yeah, I'm a sandbar fan.
So you're a surfer too. You love surfing too.
Honestly, I love surfing more than anything.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, bro.
How old were you when you started? What age?
Dad took us beach. Freaking.
Okay, so that
we're
was
born and
how
raised.
bush already.
Yeah,
we
we're
had
in
how
beach. Actually, Dad never took us to Eva. We would go in elementary, go ride our bikes or whatever, but Dad would take us on the weekends to go Bells, Sandy's, and then like Waikiki Walls.
Yeah,
we went through phases.
Yeah,
but we pretty much grew up at Sandy's.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was home zone for us.
Sandy's, the tough one.
Yeah, Sandy Beach.
Yeah.
Where you used to surf Sandy's?
Anything. I'd stand up boogie, body surf, soft top.
So if you enjoyed that much, why don't you pursue that? Why you pursue fighting?
Well, the thing with that is you gotta start at a young age,
and
then you also gotta enter contests, and then you need some money for some backing for traveling.
Yeah.
It's just my dad wasn't fully, I guess, in that scene. I guess you gotta kind of grow up in the scene. I mean, I don't know. Just from what I see, friends that are surfers, and then also my father-in-law. You know, just watching, and we just grew up
scrapping
martial arts. You gotta kind of grow up in that scene, right?
Yeah.
And then the ocean for me is just freaking my happy place. I love being it. And that's why I did it for work.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
it's the best.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird? Like
it's crazy. Yeah.
I always ask, like, the two addiction we have is jiu-jitsu and surfing. And it's so different. Have you figured out why we're addicted to things that's so different, but yet it gives us so much high?
I don't know.
And I never get it, to be honest with you.
And it's funny that a lot of people choose jiu-jitsu and surfing.
Oh, I think to me I think it's 10 years from today, I think a lot of guys on the tour are going to be jiu-jitsu. I think so.
Well, I love the interview with Kelly Slater where he said if he had kids, he would first teach them jiu-jitsu before he teaches them surfing.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't start jiu-jitsu. I was 42, and I can tell you after training jiu-jitsu, my surfing got better because you're flexible and you're timing. And like everything seems like you tune to the ocean way better. For some reason, jiu-jitsu give you this intuition. The body, it's just different. I never figured it out.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It's a wild feeling.
Yeah, best left you ever surf. Sorry, I gotta ask some surf question here.
Bingin, Bob.
Bingin.
You guys ever hit Bingin?
Yeah.
Bro, it's like
it's like Alamano on steroids, but a little shallower.
Well, bowls on steroids?
Like bowls on steroids, but a little shallower and twice as long.
Just perfect. Just little. You literally, and it's a little takeoff zone.
Yeah.
It's like this big, and everybody's like. But every wave breaks the same. It's just perfect. Like everyone you pull in, you get like a 6-7+ barrel. Just 8-10 seconds, you're just chilling.
Fuck.
Best wave I ever surfed.
Yeah.
Like experience. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I think because the crowd too had a bunch of Aussies, and I was like, you know what I mean?
I'm a brownie. I'm going. I'm sorry. I'm a brownie.
No,
I'm going.
Every time I went, I just felt like I was like, "Oh, bro, you guys suck." You know? I was like, "What the fuck?" You know, and the guy sitting in the deepest. I was like,
"Yeah." The takeoff zone's tight, so when it's crowded, it's tough to get waves when you're on. You got to go out there with confidence.
Yeah.
I haven't surfed Bingin for years, but I'm with you on that one.
So did you travel? Did you travel a lot lately?
Not as of lately, not since COVID, but pre-COVID, yes. I was freaking traveling like that.
Did you get married?
I got married, yes.
Married or?
Married last year. It was.
Congratulations.
Yes, yeah, thank you. It was like a random, me and my chick, we've been together, I'd say about 7+ years.
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm not even sure the full, she would know if she was But then, one day, we had all kind of things that was going on with her family, you know what I mean, with her dad, and then just personal stuff, and then we wanted to find, I guess, you know, some light during that time, and we both just, and she wanted to get married forever. That's been her goal, you know, and that is, you know, fine, I didn't get married, and that's her dream.
Yeah, but you fucker. 7 years you go out with her. You should have fucking proposed after 5 already.
Well, this is the thing. My dad, I was born and raised from my dad, single parent.
Yeah.
You know, he was our
Yeah,
dad slash
yeah.
mom.
Yeah.
And then growing up, my dad worked, he was a bouncer.
Yeah.
And I would see my dad come home with he wouldn't introduce them to us, but I would see my dad come
Yeah.
home, you know, with different girls.
Yeah.
You know? So I thought that was the thing.
Yeah.
You know, my dad still never get married. So
Yeah.
I had no, like,
Yeah.
is this how we do
he's
it?
in
Like,
it for the kids.
Yeah, yeah.
well, see, I was uneducated in that department,
Yeah.
you know, and I just kind of learning like
Yeah.
so many things. We come from a shack in Ewa Beach with
Yeah.
raised by my dad, so my chick taught me choke stuff, you know, and when I went with their family, I was like, oh, we eating out dinner?
Yeah.
Like choke stuff. Well,
Yeah.
you think fancy. You come from Ewa West Side. You think if you live anywhere town to the edge of the island, you considered Hoi Kai, right? You considered rich. Yeah. So I tease my wife all the time. They grew up Kaimuki. I look like you guys Hoi Kai. Right? So that's just I don't know if everybody else know that, but that's some West Side mentality. Like, oh no, you get Hoi Kai shit. Like, so I was learning. I would see her mom, you know, and then her sister, and then I just told, like, even asking the dad for get married for if I can. I never know that. I was like, what? You gotta do that. I was scratching my head. I just never know, because I just never seen
So
it.
you learned a little about
I would guess-
family.
yeah, or how would you maybe structure?
Yeah, structure.
Yeah, it's just
Structure.
different because we
Yeah.
were just different. My dad is everything on sale. You know, you cannot if you don't need them. If the thing not on sale, we're not gonna get them. My
Yeah.
dad is saving money and just one different lifestyle
Yeah,
we
it's
live.
a single father.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
just
yeah.
went totally different. So in that department, I kind of grew to learn, and my wife would just teach me certain stuff and. I was like, hey, we could get married. You know, I just told her that. And one day, and then we was like, okay. It was like one Thursday. And she was like, okay, we're going to go on Monday.
Oh my God.
So I was like, okay, we're doing Monday. Just like that. Over the weekend, she went, bop, bop, bop. We told just our basic family.
Yeah.
And we made it happen. And I have absolutely no regret. This
Of course not.
Bro, the best decision. Like, we've gotten closer. I love her even more.
Yeah.
I'm like, I never thought we'd change anything.
Yeah.
You know, I looked, oh, we're not even going to change nothing.
It
I
does, yeah.
It
It's
does.
really right.
It does.
I'm more committed to everything of her.
100%.
Yes, her
100%,
feelings,
yeah.
her needs. Like, I take way more notice. And, you know what I mean? Adapt in that situation. But I never would have, I don't think, if we wasn't married. So, I
I'm
kind
dying-
of
every fighter out there listening to this, and I hope they take this to heart because it's absolutely true, right? Yeah, look at Conor McGregor. He's gonna,
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
in general, when you love and you appreciate and you take it like as a mission, you know, just like you take fighting, just like if you take your
Yes.
camp. Once you put that ring, it's like you have that fight, right? And you don't want to lose, so you want to make the best that you can.
Yes.
And that, you know, marriage, make her happy, make her good, because by the end of the day, happy wife,
Happy life.
happy life.
yeah.
It's so
That's the
true.
equation,
Yeah, it's so true, bro.
right?
Yeah.
I listen. Any guys out there who's married thinking they're like the master of the marriage, they're in denial.
In denial.
all wives, really, it's our boss. By the end of the day, we could be champion on whatever. Mac's about to find out.
That's so true.
Max's girlfriend, I think, or wife or fiance.
Fiance, yeah.
She's a pro surfer.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she knows like the fame and the work ethics and making money and being out there. So she's also a hustler. She's
I
a
think
go-getter.
professional athlete, when they get together, they
Yeah.
have this natural
Just
understanding.
understanding the lifestyle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the commitment we put towards our
Yes.
craft is
Yeah,
everything.
100%.
And your wife been with you for 7 years, so she doesn't know anything else. This is your
But
dream.
also her dad is Sonny Garcia, so
Yeah,
she's
yeah.
So she grew
Yeah.
up in the
Yeah.
world,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
she grew up in the world, so
Yeah.
she totally understands. And
And I know you also volunteered with Sonny or through Sonny. You volunteered at Maliola Foundation.
yes,
Tell us a little bit about that.
Maliola is basically a foundation. Maliola means breath of life. What it is, it focuses on kids with cystic fibrosis, for short CF, and it's somewhat like an autoimmune. It's a genetic disease where there's built up mucus like on their lungs, and they have a shorter lifespan, and they have all kind of just different difficulties with just normal life stuff. And what Mauliola was, they created a foundation where the biggest, raddest, baddest surfers and athletes would go to hospitals and, you know, just stoke kids out with, I guess, their love, their time, some goodies, and then would offer them a surf session. Basically, the mucus, not the mucus, the foam in the ocean through the waves, it would be considered treatment for the day. So I don't know if you've seen, they sell like saltwater things.
Yeah,
where-
saline.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, and it's crazy to sell
Yeah.
salt water,
Yeah.
and it clears the mucus. So
Yeah.
the same thing with the ocean. They would go take them out, and it would help with their breathing and all the mucus and buildup. So the founders, James Dunlop and his brother with Ambry Genetics, I don't know what their science, the whole formula, and they figured it out. And they're like, holy moly. And they picked up freaking Sonny, which he was the face,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and then like Kala Alexander, you get Brian Ortega, UFC
Jason
fighter,
Magallanes.
Jason
Yeah.
there's so much just the raddest,
Yeah.
gnarliest surfers and in any sports. And you would see these gnarly, bad, crazy Hawaiian guys taking kids and going out of their way, taking time in a day, going to hospitals, you know, and talking with kids of all different sorts. And it would have surf days, which was like it's been the highlight of my life, really.
Yeah.
You know, seeing the stoke in the kids' faces.
I came to see you one time. There was a Sonny's Day at the
Yeah,
Beach
yeah,
in
yeah.
Waikiki.
Yeah,
It was a
one of
big
Sunny
one. There was a
days,
lot of
yes.
people, a lot of kids. It was insane.
Yeah, it's an amazing thing, bro. It's been on hold due to COVID, but I can't wait till it's back up and running, and you know, just being able to move around, you know, and stoke out kids again. It's
How did Corona change your life?
for me in no way. I doing the same thing. For my family, they got to see what my life was like. Like that, we get to surf. Yeah, no need to worry. We go train. We go. For me, it was like I was like, oh, this is normal for me. But a lot of people have lost, you know what I mean, jobs.
Yeah.
I mean, like you said, downstairs.
Yeah.
You know, so it's been some heavy effect in here and there. For me, it was beneficial because my dad, my family, my brothers, we're all super close. We already see each other every weekend, but it was like the whole year where we're all just hanging out, and our clique got even tighter.
Yeah.
And so we're going beach. Where we going today? We're going east. We're going west. We would just send it nonstop. And my little brother just got his first stripe with Surfer J.
Yeah.
He started taking jiu-jitsu, and of all the siblings, he's the only one. He's got the I want to do this.
Wow.
Yeah,
He's
that's
hooked.
why.
He's
Oh
hooked.
yeah,
I
he's
love it, I
hooked.
know.
And he's a little freaking. He looks like Surfer J. He's got little blonde hair.
Skinny,
I saw
lanky,
Little skinny white
college boy,
Bro.
little college boy.
And he's all hooked. My dad takes him every day or 4 times a week. My dad drives to Kailua, or his girlfriend brings him.
Yeah.
And he takes him. He's super like dedicated and into it, which I'm stoked about.
First stripe white belt.
First stripe white,
Oh,
yeah. And he's only like 7, I think 6. But with COVID,
Yeah.
brought him as well. You know what I mean? By time off, and he was like, and then it put him into that.
Yeah,
That
by
was
the time
like-
he's 14, I call them blue and black. They're blue belt, but they're
Bro.
really black belt.
freaks,
They're
yeah.
just freaks. Everyone's on the mat.
That's
Oh,
why,
I-
and that's one of the sports that you guys were saying earlier. This is one of the sports where it makes a huge difference in self-defense. Yeah,
Yeah.
even in combat, like jiu-jitsu is phenomenal.
yeah.
Just out of curiosity, if you had, and I'm sure you'll have kids, you have a kid, boy, and he tells you, I want to follow your footsteps. I want to fight. I want to bang.
Well, regardless, I love the gym and I love the ocean, so I'll probably never stop going. So if I had a kid, or when I do, he'll probably come to the gym with me. And
Yeah.
he'll probably grow up in the gym and the beach, kind of like Surfer J's kids.
Yeah.
See Hicks and them, they're just in there, little freaking studs. I remember Hickson was in his diapers and he was doing arm bars.
Yeah.
Yeah, like holy moly.
Well, if you have a name like that, you also have to have
Yes,
a game.
yes.
You cannot have the name and not.
That's so true.
Not start him young.
Yeah, that's so true.
Well, Lowen, we already passed an hour, and I want to really, really thank you for coming out today and hanging out with us and telling us your story. We want to award you the Aloha Hour Hammer Award. This is for you, one hammer.
Yes, sir.
So thank you. And before we're going to let you leave, we have 5 what would you rather questions. Are you ready, Lowen Tynanes?
Give it to me.
All right. What would you rather, Lowen? Challenge Kamaru Usman for the belt or wrestle for the Olympic medal?
Ooh.
I would rather wrestle for the Olympic medal.
For real?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Bro,
Olympian?
Olympics is the highest level, and it's, I mean, UFC is world class, like, you know,
Yeah.
considering, but Olympics is literally world
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
So I would say Olympics.
Nice.
Good answer.
Nice. Good answer.
Yeah.
Okay, what would you rather? Be a high-end male stripper or a professional salsa dancer?
My wife will call you tomorrow.
Wait, what is a professional salsa dancer?
Well, you just that's what you do. You're a dancer.
Dancing with the Star. You know,
Yeah.
those
No,
those-
stripper.
Big bucks.
more money, dude. Yeah, more money.
That kind of
Yeah,
body.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. What would you rather? Eat ice cream for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, or shave ice?
I like shave ice.
No way.
You know why? After one ice cream session, I would be sick. I would be sick of it.
True.
Now shave ice, I can whack that sucker all day. You know what I mean? And it's like when juice, that's like when slush poppy. You know what I mean? You can kind of mix them up.
Right on, right on. What would you rather? Travel the world as a bird or as a fish?
Like one bird, I think. You know why? I don't know what's down there in the ocean. Fucking
Scary. You don't know.
You could be in fucking the Indian Ocean. You know what the fuck is down there? I don't know. Fucking ocean is scary. I know what get in the sky. It's way less than the ocean.
Yeah, right on. And last but not least, what would you rather? Have your dad, Miles, fight Joe Rogan or wrestle Hulk Hogan?
Oh, wrestle Hulk Hogan though.
That's
Oh,
a good one.
yeah.
Imagine Miles and Hulk
God,
Hogan in
that
a
would be
fucking
lit.
ring.
That would be lit. Hulk Hogan's the
Same
OG.
size.
That would be
Same
classic.
size.
That would be classic.
That would be classic, huh? Right on. Thank you very much for coming in, and thank you everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. Thank you very much for coming in, Dewey.
Man, love Lowen. What a beautiful, bright light smile, man. It's awesome having you here. Please come back anytime.
Pleasure's mine
Yeah.
always.
100%.
All right.
All right.
Good night.
Good night.